Hey, how's it going, everyone? So what am I working on now? I have an '07 Scion TC. One of these little two-door coupe things. It's manual tranny, 5-speed. Customer's complaint is it's making clicking and ticking sounds. That's all I got. Making clicking and ticking sounds. Okay, let's start it up. Let's see what we got. I have no clue. I haven't even checked the mileage or anything yet. All right, so let's see. 125, 194. So it's a swizzle stick. You hear that noise? I hear like a grindy type noise. But here's the thing. I hit the clutch. It doesn't change. Because I don't know if you remember, I had that red one where I did the clutch, and it turned out the input bearing was shot. I didn't know anything about that because the vehicle wouldn't move. So, but yeah, so that's. I always do that anyway, just to see if I hear a difference by hitting the clutch, and I don't hear anything. But I do hear something under the hood. I'm not quite sure what that is. Let's take a look, see what we got. This is a very common color, this, whatever this was. I know quite a few people that own these things. So we definitely got something over there making noise. What it is, I don't know. These are pretty good vehicles, actually. I mean, it's a Toyota. Too bad you couldn't get them in a four-door. All right, I'm going to just take this thing up the street. I want to see if I'm hearing any other kind of noises. But so far, we got an accessory that's making some noise. I wonder here, let me do this. You do still hear the noise, right? Let's see. Nope, still there. With or without AC. There you go. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. It's a little cool out today. I just want to not have it freezing in here. All right. Let me take this thing for a ride just to see if I hear anything different on the road. So this way I only have to put it on a lift once, hopefully. All right, let me get my seatbelt on. Always put your seatbelt on. And I don't hear anything on the road test, nothing abnormal. Usually I listen for like wheel bearings. I listen for suspension noise. I check for brake pulsation, stuff like that. So this is why I road test every single car I get. Except if it's just like a basic oil change. But anytime you have to do like an oil change, tire rotation, anything like that, and beyond, I will road test pretty much everything. At least take it up the street. Because you never know what you're going to find. And I hate putting a car on a lift twice. Like somebody says, check the brakes. Okay, well, why check the brakes? There's always a why to something. So it's like, I want to take it up the road. Do I have a brake pulsation? Because maybe I put the thing up in the air and they want to be as cheap as possible, and they only want to put pads on it. It's very rare I'll do that. But you wind up putting pads on it, you never road tested it, and then when it's done, hey, I got a brake pulsation. They're like, oh, well, you know, it was never there before. Well, how do you know? You don't know if it was never there before because you never drove it. So, all right, let me get back to the shop. So she runs pretty good, actually. She runs very good. It does have a brake pulsation. Once the brakes got hot, as you're coming to a stop, you can feel the whole vehicle go, roo, 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 roo. Not like, you know, shaking the wheel or anything, just like the whole vehicle doing it. All right, let's figure out what that noise is, because I'm really not sure myself. All right, let me get out of this thing. Okay, so up under the hood, we're going to do the ear trick. Ready? Turn that on. Okay. And that's pretty loud. That's the alternator. Let's put on the compressor. Right there. Kind of hear it there too, but noise transfers. Let's backside of the water pump, maybe. Can't find a good spot to get this in here. Gotta be really careful when you're doing stuff like this. Hear it there too. So, looks like I'm gonna have to take the belt off and actually turn everything by hand to see if I can't figure out where this noise is actually coming from. So I'm pretty confident it's the water pump. With the wheel off and the shield out of the way, if you look up there at the pump, you can actually see staining, but if you look really close, you can actually see the pulley moving. You might not be able to see it in the video, but it's actually doing this. So we're gonna pull the belt off, and we're gonna wind up getting a water pump for this. So that's where we're gonna start. Pretty confident that's all it's gonna be. All right, let's call a customer and see what they want to do. So I decided to pull the belt off just to be 100% certain here. So what you need is, just above the tensioner is a 3/4 drive piece that the ratchet will fit onto. And what I usually do, because that spring-loaded piece right there, that like piston, it's extremely strong. So sometimes it's difficult to actually get the thing loose to get the belt off. So what I usually do is I put a pipe onto the ratchet to aid me or guide me or help me or whatever you want to say to getting this thing off. Let me just, didn't know if I had my light on or not. I do it slow and easy. Just knock the belt off. Can't let it come back. So now, look, see, I got my ratchet stuck. Can you see that? I got my ratchet stuck. Dang it. All right, I gotta get up there and just flip the switch to reverse the ratchet. It's a little tight. Let me get up there, hang on. You can watch me struggle for a minute. I'll put you back here so you can get a full-on view. Get a screwdriver up there to flip the lever on the ratchet. There we go. And a ratchet comes out. If I had a 3/8 breaker bar, it'd probably make life a little bit easier. Now, yeah, that pulley's loose. I can feel it. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Yeah, it's loose. I can feel it. But while you're there, check your other pulleys. Just make sure. Now let me let it down. I'm going to check the alternator too, because the alternator was pretty loud, but that water pump's obviously leaking and the pulley's loose. I was actually surprised at how bad the alternator sounded when I went to it. It really did sound like the alternator itself was bad, but we obviously know the water pump's bad because it's leaking.
took the belt completely off so I had no interference. Yeah, and it's smooth. All right, so it's all water pump. The tensioner feels good. And it's just, the water pump has play. It's hard to feel because you can't get much of a spin on it. All right, let's call the customer and tell them what we found. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show you the Scion and doing the water pump because I was in the middle of something, so Nick wound up doing the water pump. And the new water pump is down there. I know you can't really see much of anything. But yeah, I mean, the noise was the pump making it. The noise was from the pump. I can't think straight today. The noise was from the pump, so it is what it is. What are you going to do? Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. It's just how it goes. You got to get stuff done. All right. Hopefully you're getting something out of my videos. If you are, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.